How's everyone doing? Welcome to the final episode of After the After Hours with your boy TraderPrad. The final day of this week is tomorrow going to be a free fall Friday. Now get ready for tomorrow. Powell going on the microphone. Powell going on the microphone again. Get ready for tomorrow. So I do have a watch list ready, but if you guys are ready, hit that like and subscribe. Hit that like and subscribe. Thank you guys for all the love. Thank you guys for all the support. Started. Why don't we dive into the full screen and hit that like and subscribe. Yo, what is up, nerds? It's your boy TraderPrad. It's a brand new week, it's a brand new month, and the camera is once again shitty. What in the world? Well, it was fine before I started the stream, and now it's all extra red. Oh man, this goddamn camera. Let me try to fix it again. Hold up, chat. Is it -6? Oh, that looked a little bit better. That looked a little bit better. So we'll leave it at this one. Nope, it looks equally trash. And if anything, it's maybe lagging my camera now. It's just making the camera even worse. Maybe it's just time to go camera-less for the rest of the month. Now we'll figure it out. Anyways, you guys are not here for my beautiful face. You're here for the trades and the conversations about the market. Well, let's be honest, nobody's here. It's just my figment of imagination. I have Dieter and TH, my only two viewers that always show up. But for those of you who are here to learn about the market, to see how the market moved, you know, it is actually a great day for the market today. I thought the market would do nothing, and because of that, I didn't go to work. I thought the market would do absolutely nothing. I stayed at home. I decided that you know, it would be a better idea to just not trade today at all, because I was also not ready to trade, to be honest. You can see I'm still in my like pajamas over here. I got my little angry domo shirt from when I was a high schooler, a shirt on me. So still very much in my pajamas over here, because I didn't go to work today. I thought the market would do nothing, but at least on that note, the market, you know, actually had a monster reversal today. I think we were gapping down to start off the day with, or at least we were red at one point, and then the market completely turned around and had a monster move to the upside today, giving you a bunch of opportunities on a long. Meta had an insane long today from what I noticed. So overall pretty bullish sentiment, pretty bullish move on the market, even with the whole China trade affairs, the China trade scare, I guess you could say, kind of being sparked up again. You have the steel tariff sparking up again, all kinds of scare maybe sparking up again, but that really didn't shake the market too much. Buyers stepping back in exactly where you would want to see them, and supporting the market. Market is in a nice little range at the moment. If you're watching me on YouTube, you saw the thumbnail already, which shows you the market in a nice little spot for a breakout. So you know, market ready for a breakout. When I say market, both of them, QQQ and the SPY. You have a lot of names that are looking good for day trades, for swing trades. So just a beautiful opportunity for us to be involved in today. Sadly, since I did not go to the work and I did not trade at all, means I don't have any trades to talk about, right? But you know, the swing account's doing good. I did add to Robinhood on the swing account. I was looking at adding to AVGO on the swing account, but because it's such an expensive price stock, maybe actually, is there a AVGO ETF that I could use? Let me quickly see if there is a way to find an AVGO ETF. If there is one, that'd be, let me see, AVGO. AVGL. Oh, there is. There's AVGG and there's AVGX, AVL, and AVS. So there are AVGO ETFs that we could possibly look for, and I guess you know, we'll actually talk about that very soon. We'll scan through them because a lot of these names over here for the swing account are looking very, very, very juicy, ladies and gentlemen. And you don't need a lot of names. You just need a couple of them with the market ready to break all-time high, with these few stocks ready to break all-time highs. You're about to you know, get ready to possibly 30% your account, 20% your account if you do it right. So opportunities are setting up for immense wealth transfer. I guess you could say a lot of that wealth transfer has already taken place with the whole tariff scare, market going down, people buying the dip, and then people you know, who had their longs from a really long time getting scared, closing their position, and then other people coming in and buying up those positions and then running the market back up. The people who previously had it and sold it, they missed out on this new run up, and now people who bought the dip, they are enjoying the run up. So just a nice little wealth transfer, especially for people like me. I mean, I got to take advantage of some of these moves already, and I can't wait to take more advantage of these moves, and that's what we're going to talk about. Since I did not trade today, we can spend some extra time talking about all things stock market for the swing account and for the day trade. So let's actually show you guys what's on store. Do I go directly to the watch list, or actually let's go to what's in store for the week ahead? So this is the earnings board for the coming week. Still a lot of names over here. As I mentioned, AVGO reporting this week. Tomorrow you have CrowdStrike after hours. Asana, another name to keep an eye on. Your dollar store type of do you guys, is it called dollar store? No, your store is just called Dollar General and Dollar Tree, right? In Canada, it's actually called Dollar Store from what I remember. I think it's still called Dollar Store unless these guys bought them out for some reason. Anyways, the idea is that, you know, your dollar store, your version of the dollar store reports tomorrow pre-market and Wednesday pre-market. Sprinkler CXM, that's another name worth keeping an eye on. PVH, Five Below, MongoDB, Planet Labs, this is on my watch for the long-term account. ChargePoint, Bark, oh, my dog's barking right now. Bark, Cracker Barrel. Anything else important over here? Fufu, never heard of that one before, but potentially worth keeping an eye on. Momo, Fufu, Victoria's Secret, that's obviously worthy. Already mentioned Broadcom, AVGO, but DocuSign, Lululemon, Rubrik, Samsara, some other names over here on the earnings board that are still worth keeping an eye out for you. RV, recreational vehicle people, Thor, THOR, or THO is the ticker ticker. They're reporting on the Wednesday pre-market, so still some names to keep an eye on. I see John Von Sewers mentioning NIO. Yes, NIO is reporting tomorrow pre-market, and that is on the watch list for us to keep an eye on. Sadly, no real names in the after hours over here that I care about. Let's actually go check. ABVX, is this even worth keeping an eye on? ABVX is a $6 name with barely any moves in the after hours, so potentially not worth it. CRDO, one of my buddies said he actually traded this stock in the after hours, and you know what? I can see why he traded this name in the after hours. He said he had a good day on CRDO today, so potentially worth putting on the watch list over here so we can quickly read about them and find out exactly how their earnings reports played out. Besides that, sadly, no real names that stand out in the after hours for me to be interested in. So let's quickly load in my good friend Benzinga. Benzinga is our tool, at least the tool I use to read news and for Squawk, but there are also other awesome capabilities such as chat. You can see over here on the right side of the chat, it says CRDO flying after hours. People are calling it out. You have professional traders such as Baynard, I forget what her first name is, Marie Baynard. She's always in the chat. I see her talking all the time. You also have scanner capabilities over here, chart, scanner, signals, heat maps, AI, and so on. If you're interested, all the links for my affiliate sponsors are down below in the description. Go check them out. CRDO coming in with 170 million compared to 162 million estimates, reporting 35 cents per share compared to 28 cents per share estimates. Revenue in the quarter up 179% year over year and 25% sequentially. I'm guessing that means quarterly. The company reported adjusted gross margin of 67.4%. Technology group now in the period, what is this? Has a cash of 431.3 million. Company results were fueled by surprise with surging demand for the innovative, reliable, and energy-efficient high-performance connectivity solutions. We continue to grow. What do you do again? Hyperscale customers to provide advanced AI services. Okay, of course. That's what I was waiting to see. A trend we believe will persist for the foreseeable future, and I will not disagree with that because today, if you saw how Meta moved, Meta announced that they are going to automate advertisement creation completely using AI by the end of 2026 or something like that. And you can see how over here, big opening candle on Meta. You can see exactly how important today's news was for that stock, popping up and then pulling back, holding the 21 EMA, which also ends up being the halfway point of the 5-minute candle, holding the 50-way marker of the opening candle. You can even call it the 50% Fibonacci retracement, right? If you were to drop Fibonacci retracements, I'm pretty sure the 50% retracement would be right over there where the stock pulled back to 649, 650 and gave you a monster long opportunity up to 670, 680. So good news, good catalyst, and obviously AI spending. They haven't said they're going to increase AI spending, but it's just the fact that you know, they are looking to use more and more and more of AI, and other companies who provide such AI tools are obviously going to benefit from them, and you can see that in their report. 179% growth year over year on CRDO. Victor H is in the house. What's up, Victor? How you doing? So is Elvis. Elvis, how you doing, my friend? Hopefully you guys all having a wonderful weekend and ready to slam the market tomorrow. I thought it was going to be free fall Monday, but Adara wore green and it worked. That's hilarious. Okay, so CRDO, you can see how it had a very good consolidation over here just before that report leading into that breakout. So pretty good consolidation, exactly kind of what you want to see before the breakout. Usually when a stock is very extended and not consolidating the way it did over here, and then you get a monster move on top of that, those tend to snap back and pull back really quickly. So don't really want to be seeing something like that, but in this case, you can see how the stock hasn't really pushed into the 52-week high area. It's still a little modest. Granted, it is up like what, 15, 20%, 11, 10% at this point. At one point was up around 15% from the close, but up about 10% or so on a very good report. I'll actually want to go check what the PE is also on this name. PE for CRDO. That's a little expensive if you ask me. 4,000 PE on this name. The stock is also very close to its 200-day moving average and its 50-day moving average. The moving averages are also curling back up and going back into an incline. So all of these things are positive. They are showing you the right things that you want to see, and on top of that, the earnings report's good, but they report what, like 30 cents per share. That means at best they make about $1 a quarter, right? So it's not really the most bullish thing out there on the stock, but they are growing. 200% growth year over year is a decent enough of a thing to keep an eye out for. Last time a company like that reported growth, they absolutely blasted off to the north side, and they had to do something in the AI world too, right? So just something to keep an eye out for. I wouldn't say that this stock will be the next SMCI where it just blasts off and just keeps on going higher and higher because of that growth number. It's just something to keep an eye out for on pullbacks. See how pullbacks behave. At the moment, today's levels I believe don't even matter at the for this name. Some of my things are hidden. Okay, let's just keep them hidden, I guess. What was I saying? So so today's levels will not really be as relevant. It's more as this pre-market and how the stock looks in the more these after hour levels and how the stock looks in the pre-market tomorrow that matters to me. Right now you have a couple levels, I guess, that you can map out. You have 68, you have 70, 50, and then you have 74. So we'll be interested to see how the stock sets up in the pre-market. Something like this for a breakout of this area, I'll keep an eye out for that. But once again, the PE is not really the most bullish PE, so looking to possibly get long on the dips if I can, and then join the breakout and then see what happens. But for sure on the watch list with a decent enough priority for tomorrow, maybe even the highest priority for tomorrow based on the earnings basket list, because no other names that really stand out for the earnings basket at the moment excite me for tomorrow at all. And then after that, the names kind of start picking up. You got CrowdStrike, HPE, Asana, and MongoDB, and then AVGO, Lululemon, Rubrik. And Rubrik is also a recent IPO too, and that name has been very, very strong. Names that report tomorrow pre-market: Dollar General, DG, a name that I recently was very, very interested to buy for a swing account and so on. And as it is pulling back right into this consolidation area, showing some support, the moving averages are now inclining back up. The 50 is on an incline up. The 200 is flattening out. It is still on a slope down. If you were to grade the slope from a 1 to 10, 10 being the highest to the upside, negative 10 being the lowest to the downside slope, this is somewhere around a -3 slope or a -2 slope. So it's basically flattening out, and it's ready to even turn into a +1, +2, +5 maybe is when the slope starts looking like this. And then +10 will just be an insane slope, which I don't think DG is ready to do. The stock trades in a snail's pace. I think the ADR, ATR is what is the ADR on this name? Why are all those things missing on the stock for me? 2%. Average daily range is 2% on this name, so it's not really like your Teslas and your Metas, although I think Tesla's ADR is pretty low. Wait, where did it go? Oh, now it's up here. Oh, this is supposed to be 10-second chart, and we're supposed to be on here. Haha, okay. So watching how the pullback over here sets up, you know, worth keeping an eye on still for the swing account in my opinion. If tomorrow's earnings report comes out well, most likely getting back into 102.50 or even above 102.50, at which point I might look to jump back in on this trade. But more importantly, on this same sector, I think if you do want to trade a stock in that sector, Ollie might be the one to keep an eye out for instead. Ollie bargain outlet, it's the strongest, it's near all-time highs. DLTR, DG both look exactly the same. Dollar Tree with a little bit more strength behind it than Dollar General, but the strongest out of them all is OLLI. So I think with Ollie reporting tomorrow also in pre-market along with Dollar General, if you want to keep an eye on it, I think this might be the one to watch out for. NIO also reporting tomorrow pre-market, and boy oh boy, NIO got absolutely destroyed. What in the world? Yeah, I'm not sure if I want to even keep an eye on this one tomorrow, because CRDO might be more important to me just based on how this chart looks. NIO just might be the most boring name for a day trade. It might be one of those names because of its $3 price. You could get away from risking 1 penny and take ridiculous amounts of size and get lucky with the 10 penny winner, where you're making 10 risk units and so on. I just don't like trading small price stocks. This is way too much nonsense. I hate risking 1 or 2 pennies for names like that, and I feel like I always get you know, stopped out just before the move and so on. So I'm just not interested on NIO. If I care to trade names, I'll be more like you know, on the CRDO side, although NIO does report tomorrow. But for the day trade, for the swing account, it's just not something that I'm interested at all. Why is this chart like that? You know what? Hold up. There we go. Okay. Coming back to this one, is this chart like that too? No, it's not. Okay, good. So Signet is a jewelers, diamond jewelers. Will be interesting to see this one. This one was on one of the previous earnings report, a name that I do remember trading, but it's also like a absolute boomer name that doesn't really move at all sometimes. So it will be interesting to see how this one comes out with the report. Slightly below the 200-day moving average. It kind of gives me that image of Elf Beauty, right? Elf was kind of similar to this and popped up above on the earnings report, and now is holding above here. We'll talk about Elf very soon, so not really worth pulling up the Elf chart to show you what I'm talking about. But Elf kind of looked similar over here, was here, popped up, and then started to hang out in this way. So if the stock does report well, I can see a pop coming in, and then maybe worth looking for a day trade or so. So keep an eye on this one, but sadly that is where the watch list ends for the earnings report. However, we do have a lot of names moving around at the moment, and I mentioned that earlier to you guys. Shout out to Centerpoint. Our friends over at Centerpoint are back again from their vacation, and they hooked us up with the banger top 10 movers of the day, a quick 30-second market review. If you don't trade with Centerpoint, no problem, because I don't even have a Centerpoint account, but Centerpoint is so good. Just the follow on Centerpoint is so worth it for this little tweet every single day that they send out alone. So go check out Centerpoint. Also go check out Revere Asset on YouTube. They post amazing YouTube videos that I listen to every day too. APLD moving up 48% today with the partnership with Corby. BPMC getting bought out for about $128 or something. NVTS with the partnership with Nvidia. QBTS quantum stocks are still in play. FSLR, META, we talked about that one a little bit, about them wanting to automate their ad creation, advertisement creation. Corby partnership with APLD, and is just on an absolute monster ship move to the north side at the moment. New up 10% after Trump said that he's going to double aluminum and steel, aluminum and aluminum tariffs to the 50%. I thought he's not allowed to put tariffs at all, and now he's talking about tariffs again, so I don't understand what's going on over there. Zscaler, day 2, monster move on Zscaler. Day 2 or maybe even day 3, but monster move on Zscaler after its earnings report, and NEM as gold stocks continue to go up higher. So monster list of stocks over here to keep an eye on, and if you just honestly keep an eye on these names, you might just be able to find a trade tomorrow for you to take advantage on. So that's basically my watch list right there. APLD, CoreWeave, the two stocks that made a partnership. Watching APLD for a pullback into somewhere around $9.59 to show me support. If APLD just starts to trade above 10 all day tomorrow, you know, in pre-market off the open, then that is basically your read. That is your under over level. But if the stock does pull back below that and starts to hold below 9, I think that's still bullish. That's still bullish for a possible bigger move up north later on. Getting below here will kind of make that chart look uglier, and then holding above 10 will just mean a lot more craziness expected for the stock. That is a high volume close. 239 million shares traded on this name today. It's actually a setup called high volume close. Maybe I could try to find some charts for you guys over here. There we go. So here is VRT, for example. You get a high volume open. The next day you look for the stock to have some support. Yeah, baby. Sorry, chat. My niece came into my room, or she was knocking on my door. Okay, so high volume over there. Second day basically pulls back and holds around that $9 area. You basically get long anywhere around 9 or 10, and you risk the day's low. So nice little high volume close on VRT is basically what you're on. APLD is what you're looking at. Very similar to VRT. You want to look for something like this where you can get long in this area, and you're basically risking this low for a possible much bigger move to the north side. Once it gets below this low, you're basically done with the trade. You don't want to hold on to it anymore, and just let Jesus take the wheel at that point. I will say pray to God, because that's the setup at that point, because you're just waiting for buyers to come in and show you that they are willing to buy up anywhere above 9 and then above 10 also. If they're buying 9, if they're buying 10, that's exactly what you want to see, and you want to be ready to buy in these areas also. So APLD, I'm going to quickly mark up this area. What is that? That is 920, 930. So I'll put in exactly that. Up to $9 is my support. Below 9 will be questionable as to what I want to do with that name afterwards. CoreWeave is a little crazy of a name, honestly. I thought this would kind of start the downside on the move, but no, it popped right back up. So would like to see some sort of bearish wall in this area again, but this move is too bullish at the moment. So not really sure what I want to do with CoreWeave. So when things like that happen, the best thing to do is kind of stay away. NUE and other metal and tariff names did make a pop today, but I don't really want to touch tariff names, if I'm being honest, for a day trade, because there's just way too much nonsense going on at the moment. We don't know if Trump is even allowed to put tariffs and so on, so I don't really want to be even dealing with the steel, aluminum, low volume garbage names out there. So I'll quickly delete them from my watch list so I can make my watch list a little bit smaller for tomorrow itself. itself. Zscaler, monster move today. I mean, I did not expect Zscaler to do that. You could even call this basically a high volume close. Volume coming in on the earnings report. I wouldn't say it's an episodic pivot, but it's moving like one at the moment. So good volume behind that move, and you know, just straight upside on Zscaler at the moment, almost pushing into 300 tomorrow. If this stock goes into 300, I don't think it closes above 300, so that will be an important level to keep an eye out for. If it pushes into 300 and has any sort of a weakness around there for a day trade, I am looking to get short and scalp a short off of that 300 area. So let me quickly just set an alert just shy of 300, so I know if that level is coming into play. As for a day trade, besides that, you know, I think even buying dips on Zscalers is for a day trade just a little too extended at the moment. I am more interested to short a pop than buy the dip, because I think that's the right setup for a day trade. Somewhere around a failed break of today's high or a push into 300 and then failing to stay above 300 for a short scalp to the downside, and then later as the stock pulls back and then sets up somewhere in this area again, then you could look for a dip buy long on Zscaler. QBTS did make a pop today and is holding fairly well, whereas its partner in crime, IonQ, and some of the other ones did pull back a little bit more than I would want them to. QUBT, IonQ, RGTI. So I don't know what I want to do with the QBTS, but it did pop up today. Besides that, I guess I don't really have any other thing to talk about that one. NVTS made a pop not too long ago on an Nvidia partnership. Was this the Nvidia partnership pop, or I can't remember. Anyways, they recently made a pop. I do remember trading the stock one of these days, and then now you basically have you know, a range over here somewhere around 450, somewhere around $6. I think the stock is getting ready for some sort of a bigger move up. If there are shorts trapped in this area and we start pushing higher and higher, the shorts are going to start looking for their exits, and some of their stops are going to trigger. So looking for that squeeze back up is obviously worth keeping an eye out for. Let me quickly check what the stock's what is it called? Short float is 19%. That's what I was looking for. How big the short float was. 19% is decent. It's not bad at all. Usually 30-40% makes me a little bit more excited, but 19, 20, 25, that's still pretty good. So keeping an eye on this one for the next few days. NVTS. Here is Elf Beauty. I talked about how Elf is going to come up not too long. Elf for the day trade and for the swing trade. So now we have 2 days high on Elf over here around the same price, which is 115.50 to 116, and the halfway point of day one is also around that same price of 114, 115, 116. So if Elf can now show me support around earnings day low and then reclaim these 2 days low, which also happens to be the midpoint of the earnings day, I think we got a possible range over here coming into play, and then another a leg for the north side, especially after you know, their recent acquisition, their turnaround story on the earnings report, the reclaim of the 200-day moving average. The 50 moving average is now curling back up. The 200 is sloping to a 0 and also getting ready to curl back up. So all things combined, I think ELF is for sure worth keeping an eye out for, not just a day trade but also a swing trade. So right now you have a support around 108.50. Earnings VWAP is right around 109, so 108.50. I want to see the reclaim of basically 115. That's my inflection level, 115 to 116, and then the resistance is basically 121, and watching how the stock sets up within this range for me to take advantage of for the swing and for the day trade. Box is a recent IPO also, and it is a little extended if you ask me. The 50-day moving average is 21% away on Box. Let me actually turn on, where is this one? Yeah. So if we go to Box here, you can see how these dots start to show up. These dots are basically showing you when a stock is too far extended from its 50-day moving average, and you might want to be careful initiating a new long in this area. Oftentimes these dots show you possible exhaustion, some breaks in the position, and then a move higher or lower. So that's exactly what you're seeing over here. So a little overextension on this stock, possibly time to push back lower and you know, see some sideways action or push back lower. So on that note, I think Box for a day trade will be something to keep an eye out for. It is on a trend, higher low, higher low, higher low. Each day's high is higher than the previous day. Maybe not this day, but you get the idea. And it's not really taking out the previous day low. So once the stock starts to look different, starts taking out the previous day's low, that's when it starts to get a little bit interesting. Not initiating a long, more so watching for a short. Robinhood did initiate a long on the swing account for this one, and also watching this for a day trade. Robinhood, I bought more shares, so for sure keeping an eye out for this one. Any support above 67, 68 will be obviously all lights green for a long on this name. So it is 67, right? What is this day's high? 66. Yeah, 67 is the, I'll just say 67.50, maybe 67, because I don't want to see the stock below today's VWAP. What is today's VWAP? Session VWAP 67. Perfect. Okay, that just makes my life a lot easier. So anywhere above 67, if the stock is finding support tomorrow, I'm watching Robinhood for a long. Palantir trying to break out into another new all-time high after pulling back into the earnings VWAP. You can see how beautifully it felt for some support, some sideways action as the market looked like it wanted to pull back. Palantir did scare a lot of people. Some nice sideways action, some news yesterday, bouncing right off the earnings VWAP, bouncing right off after the 21 moving average catches up to the lows of the daily chart, and move into the new all-time high again. So closing at a new all-time high for Palantir, more upside. Any dips that get bought up, keep watching on Palantir. For day trade, I think you could for sure keep an eye on this one, especially if we get above 134.50. Any strength above 134.50 on Palantir is a very you know, get ready to go long type of a trade over there. I will say it is a little extended, maybe on the hourly, on the daily, and so on. But if you just ignore all that, if the market's breaking out tomorrow and Palantir looks like it wants to break out too, then you for sure don't want to miss out on that one. Is my stream like slow? Like, is it like glitchy for you guys by any chance? Like, is it things like moving slower? Because on my preview over here, I'm like freeze framing. I feel like it's way too glitchy, way too slow. Let me know how the stream's working for you guys. Maybe we need to stop the vertical stream completely. Is it even worth having the vertical stream? Because we might not even be getting any viewers. Well, we're not getting any viewers right now anyways. And the vertical stream, yeah, we're not getting any viewers anyways. Wah, wah, wah. Maybe it's time to just stop streaming, guys. Just end the streaming career, because we're not getting any views anyways, huh? End the streaming career. I tried for a couple years. You know, we tried for a few years. It didn't work. No one wants to watch Prad. No one wants to watch Prad. Okay. AVGO. Where do we go? AVGO looking for... I have AVGO on my swing account. I'm very happy with how AVGO actually didn't get crumbled while some of the other semiconductors did. For example, NVIDIA went right back down. ARM went back down. But the AVGO didn't really crumble at all, and it's actually pushing right back into the all-time high. So I'm actually loving what AVGO is looking like over here. It's doing the right thing, exact thing I wanted to do for my swing account, and it also reports very soon this week. So I think for AVGO, for a day trade, just wait for the report to come out, and as for a swing trade, also wait for the report to come out. I don't really want to see a stock breaking all-time high right before the report, but that's sadly something that you just have to deal with. Those are the cards that you're dealt, and you just have to play the cards you're dealt with. So AVGO and CrowdStrike are in that basket where the stocks are breaking out of their all-time highs even before they report. And I guess that's basically all today's watch list is. There are other stocks like Meta with a big move today, so obviously that's on watch. Apple, Amazon, and all of them, I'm not really too interested on day trading these names at the moment. I think Meta, Tesla, Nvidia are the only three large cap names I'm really keeping an eye on. Microsoft doesn't look too bad, honestly, for a possible breakout, go test all-time high and higher, but I'm not too sure if Microsoft's really going to do something like that if the market doesn't break out. So I can basically skip, I think, all of the large caps over here and just go talk about let's go talk about the market alone. Yeah, let's just go do that. Forget the large caps single each by themselves. Let's just go talk about the market and talk about it to my, how many viewers are watching me? My four viewers who are watching me at the moment. Nobody wants to watch Pratt. Why do I even stream anymore, chat? Huh? Why do I even stream? QQQ pushing right back into the move even after the weakness today. Looks like it's getting ready for a possible breakout. S&P 500 also looking very, very good at the moment. The only thing I wonder is, you know, how is this tariff deal going to play out? If this tariff news doesn't play out well, again, then more downside, obviously. But right now with the market kind of shake it off, just shaking off every single tariff problem at the moment, and you know, if we do start seeing some rate cuts in the near future, this breakout is pushing to an all-time high and then even higher. So that kind of move on the market is exactly what you want to see for some of your positions like Amazon, Google. Amazon near the 200-day, Google pulling back sadly below the 200-day but still near the 200-day, and Microsoft, more importantly, which is very close to its all-time high. Once the market breaks out, I wouldn't be surprised watching Microsoft just you know, start running. So keep an eye out for this bad boy if these start playing out that way. At the moment, the swing account and the day trade account are both doing really well, so we just need to make sure that we're staying disciplined and not screwing with ourselves. DRS, here are some other names that you could take advantage on the day trade too, but these are more so for the swing. DRS recently breaking out from a nice little tight flag over here, so potentially support above 43, 44. Support above 43, 44 on DRS is something to keep an eye out for. NRG is a little extended from the 50-day moving average, but you can see how all of these dots are here, but the stock is basically going sideways. So the more sideways the stock goes, eventually those dots will start will start to get erased and disappear, mainly because the moving average is catching up. So more sideways is fine with me, but even if we don't get more sideways before it breaks out, I am interested to see how that breakout plays out. So look for dip buy longs into this name 153 area or so, but if that dip buy long 153 fails, you got to keep in mind the stock could easily go back into 130, 140 to find support, at which point it's still not invalidating the strength in this name in this area. So if NRG you know, pulls back and shows you support here, great. Pulls back here, that's still fine, not as great, still fine. Ideally you want to see this catching up here and then this catching up to here somewhere, and then you get that monster breakout to the north side on the name. So NRG looking for 150 area for some dip buy opportunities, 150 plus, 150 to 155 basically I'm okay with looking for a long on this name. and then the support or the stop technically is even 140. So remember, you got to give this one like a $10 stop almost. EQT, not that you have to, but in my opinion, it's not wrong until it starts holding below 140. EQT, here's another good name for the swing account to keep an eye on. If this one starts to get above, it's a 57.50 or so, 57.30, 57.50. Keeping an eye on this one for the swing account. All of these are the swing account names, so anytime that they set up, I'm looking to position myself. Spotify, you could put this on your swing account, but I'm not, mainly because it's a little too expensive for me. But for sure, watching Spotify without a doubt. Spotify giving you a nice range. Sadly, this range is very volatile. It's going back and forth too much, and I don't think I can handle that much volatility. And the spread and the dollar price, I can't even take too many shares of this. So just not worth it for me, but I'll put it on the watch for you guys in general. Amer Sports, this is a name that I was watching from its IPO days. They basically own Wilson, who make the NBA ball. I think Wilson is NBA. If not NBA, at least they make the tennis, which is French Open at the moment. They make the NFL ball, which will be starting very soon. Their earnings report recently wasn't bad. They also own, if I remember correctly, Arc'teryx, right? So good support area in front of 36. As long as you can keep buying in front of 35, 36 on Amer, I think that is your support area for possible more upside coming into play. Streaming makes you learn to be a better trader. Last week you showed real improvement. I don't think that was because of streaming, trust me. That was not because of streaming. That was just me being annoyed by myself and trying to do different than what I have been doing, and I should have been doing that a lot time different. If anything, streaming is actually detrimental to my process and is actually holding me behind because it's taking a lot of time from me. I'm doing this as a stupid goal just so I could talk to 2-3 viewers on a single day basis, just so I could have some sort of an online presence. If anything, the only real benefit from streaming I get is some free sponsorship softwares that cost a lot of money. They cost a lot of money, like Trade Ideas, Trade Ideas, Trader Insight, Benzinga. All of these software cost decent amount of money, and I get them for free. And the fact that they're even giving it to me for free for what, 6 fucking viewers is a joke. It's ridiculous, right? They don't need to sponsor me, and they shouldn't be sponsoring me because I don't have the viewers that they're looking for, and clearly I'm not able to get the viewers that they're looking for, even with 2-3 years of straight doing this. So at the end of the day, really, this is not helping anybody. Maybe it's helping Dieter because he gets to steal my code every now and then. Maybe it's helping John Vaughn and Josh every now and then just to listen to my voice. But trust me, this is not helping me at all. And this has only been detrimental to my process. And I've been trying to tell you guys that for a very long time already. It's been like that. It's always going to be like that. Obviously, having a bigger viewage will make it seem not that, but it would be exactly that still, just with more viewers, which would make it a little bit more fun for me to stream, because then I can do more things. I can host conversations, giveaways. We can do Ask Me Anythings. I can do a lot more things, but without actual counts, those don't really matter at the end of the day. I've become a better trader just criticizing your trades. See, that's helping you at the end of the day. That's not helping me. So how am I really benefiting me over here in any shape or form? It's not. So if anything, the best thing to do is to shut down this side of everything, and then just maybe go become an offline streamer of some sort and edit videos and become an offline video creator of trading instead of the stupid nightly stream that I'm hosting to 2 fucking viewers every single day. It makes no fucking sense. It takes away from my time. I am wasting my time away from family, wasting my time away from actual dinner that I could be eating, ruining my own body because I'm not able to do any workouts at all. That's a straight hour of my day every day where I could spend to eating food earlier, getting some work done earlier, getting some good healthy workout like on a treadmill or something, and then I could get some even some trading review done much quicker because I don't have to explain it to two viewers on the screen. So all things combined, it really doesn't make any improvement. It doesn't help in any way or sense. Only way it honestly is helping is I get $600, $500 worth of software for free in a month. That's about it. So if you want the truth, that's the truth. Anyways, I know I'm glad. I'm happy that you want me to continue doing for your two viewer for you or for yourself or for your own sake over here. But if you think that by doing this it's helping me in any way, it's not helping me in any way. You're absolutely delusional in thinking that. Okay, last few stocks over here after that rant to finish off the night on. Planet Labs PL $4, watching the $4 move above. The stock does report very soon, so maybe nothing really to do before it reports, but if the stock can start holding above 4, I'm interested how that one looks. You can even start building along in this area, and then your support's basically $3. If the report comes out bad and the stock breaks below 3, you take your loss and you move on. But if the stock doesn't break below 3, you have a 50-cent risk for a big reward to the upside. So PL, watching that one without a doubt. And then CrowdStrike reports tomorrow after hours, already making a move before they even report, which is not the best thing. CrowdStrike is also a very expensive name, so I'm watching CrowdStrike's alternatives such as CRWL. It is a little illiquid, so that is sad. But still watching it. AVL, how liquid are you? You're a little illiquid too, but still could be worth watching instead of AVGO, which is a little expensive. So AVL, AVS is your 3 times leverage ETFs for AVGO, and that's something I was looking up for. So AVGG, AVGX are the other two. AVGG, do you have enough volume? Nope, you do even less volume, and you're one of the newer ETFs for AVGO. Okay, and that, ladies and gentlemen, is my watch list for tomorrow. I'm going to actually, after my rant that I just had, take a quick take a walk into stats and think about if I even want to continue streaming, because I think after that rant I kind of opened my mind a little bit more. Honestly, I think I opened my mind into just moving more into offline, and this is something I've actually talked about a lot to you guys earlier. Also, I talked about this last year at the end of the year, so maybe just moving more into offline and walking away from these nightly streams, because I need more time for myself at night, man. I'm sleeping late at night, not able to get up in the morning. I think the streams could be something that I can pick up again when I'm actually trading from home full time. But sadly, that's not something that I'm doing because I'm trading from a prop office. So these nightly streams are, might maybe helping a couple of you guys, but it's not helping me for sure, and I need to figure out something better. So while I think about it, maybe while I'm thinking about that, I might even have to just take a break from streaming for a couple weeks or so on. So if I do that, I will post it on Twitter, so make sure you're following me on Twitter to stay up to date. On other notes, make sure you are following me on every single social media. All the links are down below to stay up to date as to the streaming schedule. Oh no, I hit escape on my trading view. I didn't mean to do that because I still need to do homework. You are especially down today. I'm not like overly down. I'm just not happy with the growth on the YouTube side at all. If anything, it's just constant decline. It's just I'm working so hard for nothing, so I just don't want to continue to do that, and it's just ridiculous at this point. I think I want to try something new, and the only way to do that is by doing it. All right, so this is not working, and I'm gonna have to try and figure something out. And on that note, I'll catch you guys next time, probably on an offline video. Peace.
For tomorrow, ladies and gentlemen, so I'm gonna bring in my big screen over here, back to another brand new week of After the After Hours with your host TraderPrad. I'm doing great. Hopefully you guys are joining me on that great side. Markets are moving around. Might just be a risk on type of day, so let's see what happens. 8 o'clock tomorrow. As you guys know, we do the stream Monday to Thursday, 8 p.m. Shout out to my affiliate sponsors, Benzinga, Trade Ideas, the #1 scanner to go to, Trader Sync, promo code down below, promo code PRAD15 to get 15% off. I will catch you guys tomorrow, 8 o'clock, same time, same place. Until then, TraderPrad out. Adios.